I would love it to be a cartoon. I have all kinds of stories in my mind already. I can see it on the screen and the kids loving it because, they always are looking for something new. And this
Mm-hmm.
is a loving adventure.
You're watching the Spotlight Network, starring Hollywood's
And if
newsman,
you were just
Logan
joining
Crawford.
investigators, they now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're diving into a heartwarming and magical world where family, creativity, and love all come together. The name of the book, Mermville, and it's written by a terrific author. Her name is Jeanne Kirkpatrick, and in the book, she weaves a charming tale inspired by her own grandchildren, filled with beautiful, imaginative critters and a vibrant community that welcomes readers with open arms. It's a story of togetherness, imagination, and magic that happens when love builds a home. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her wonderful book. The links are below this interview. Jeanne, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, Logan. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. You've done wonderful work on this book. What
Thank you.
was the spark that first inspired Mermville?
Well, number one, I'm the mother of 4 children and 5 grandchildren, and it actually was channeled to me. I was sleeping in bed in the night, and I got this tap on my shoulder, and they said, "Wake up." And I did, and write this down. So I woke up, and I always have paper and pencil and books by me. So I started writing, and it was this story that unfolds. I took it from there and incorporated, all the children and the critters, and I built up the story from there. But it was an inspiration from the universe.
Wonderful, wonderful. And your grandchildren played a part. Talk to us about how they contributed to creating the characters.
Oh my gosh. It was given to me years ago, and my 5th grandchild was born actually on my birthday, little Taurus, and I had to write him in afterwards. That's Cameron the chameleon. And I used their personalities throughout the characters. Like Zahara Butterfly is my one granddaughter who is beautiful like a butterfly. And there's Miss M, and she is the one who does the tea parties and sings the honeysuckle tea song. And the 2 Buzzy Bee sisters, they have a song too. Those are my younger daughters, Melissa and Jamie, MM and JJ. And let's see, Jack is my other grandson, and he plays baseball and helps Grandpa build stuff at the park, rides and toys and stuff. So, and Auntie Maymer, ta-da, that's me.
Awesome, awesome.
And Grammy and Gramps are the usual, everywhere, kind, loving grandparents.
Wonderful. Could you give the folks at home an overview of the story?
The story is about building a community based on love and respect and kindness. So they build this community, and I always like to incorporate the humans along with my little spiritual critters. And that's in there as well, because when they build this beautiful community, they expand the community. And the worms. So let me first explain why I named it Mermville. My son would throw worms at his sister. I'd say, "Stop throwing the worms." He'd say merms. I say worms. So I said, "Fine, merms. Stop throwing the merms at your sister." So that's why it inspired me, because they showed me, we forget this is the earth that we live on. And there's so many things in outer space, which is lovely, but I'm here on the planet. I like to deal with the earth and the little critters that are beneath us. And the worms, obviously, they're annelids. They help to nurture the soil for the flowers to grow. So it's about that and the community. Now, baby C was the 3rd worm born, and he's in the shape of the C. So he scoots like a C, and he inspires all the children with disabilities. So we want to inclusive. all inclusive. So they just decide to, they have a beautiful garden. They've nurtured the flowers, and every day Sahara the butterfly flies out to the flowers, and she, with her front feet, chooses the sweetest flowers. And then the Buzzy Bee sisters are hanging out there waiting for her to choose the where to go. So they fly down and they gather the honey and take it back to the hive. But let's see, yeah, so that's about it. Mommy and Poppy Merm, Mommy Merm, I love it. She's got a flip with pearls. And Daddy, of course, wears the helmet with the light because they dig. And they inspired their friends. They wanted to expand the garden because it was getting bigger. And they have a playground and a stage where they all perform and sing and dance and go down the slide and play. So all of this with them loving each other and communicating, keyword, with each other and building this lovely area, they added on to the garden. And when they did that, they, dug the holes, and because they had tractors and trucks and whatnot going on the other side of the berm, they built on one side, the tractors and trailers were on the other. The tractors pushed all the flower seeds to the side. Well, then the elements are involved. So down comes the wind that blows all the seeds into the holes that the worms have dug and baby seed mounds. Then, of course, comes the rain that fills up the holes. It starts the process all over again, and out comes the sun. So then the flowers grow in the garden and everybody's happy. And at one point, at the end, this is why it's all inclusive. The merms crawl up on the tall sunflowers and look over at the berm to see they don't hear the noise anymore. And they see over there and they go, "Ah, there's no more noise. But look, there's families and homes. There's children." And they're all excited because they said, yeah, the children will come to find the garden and pick the flowers, and they'll take the flowers back to their homes. What they told me was the reason we have flowers is, if we all know this anyway, we celebrate things. We celebrate babies and marriages and birthdays and loved ones and death, the cycle of life. So that's why they wanted the flowers to go into the humans' homes so that they sit on the tables, and the flowers are now sharing their love to the families.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Complete cycle.
The circle of life, without a
Yes.
doubt, represented in flowers. That's great. Let me ask you this. Who's your target reader for this book?
I say anyone from 2 to 8 or older. Depends,
Mhm.
some children that are older like to read the book as well because there's so much into it. There's little stories in there.
Yeah, yeah, it's very fanciful. I think they'd love it. Talk to us a little bit about your dreams for this story. Have you ever envisioned it as a film, perhaps?
I would love it to be a cartoon. I have all kinds of stories in my mind already. I can see it on the screen and the kids loving it because, they always are looking for something new. And this
Hmm.
is a loving adventure. So we don't have to have the guns and the killings and all that. We have love, which needs to be more prominent here. Yes,
Absolutely. What the world needs now is love, sweet love,
you
without a
got it.
doubt. Yeah. And a reminder of that. And this book is a great reminder of that. Are you thinking about working on a sequel?
I can write a story on every character.
Hmm.
And on my website, I have the characters listed, and I wrote a little bit about them. And then I was downloaded 3 songs. I can't sing, and none of my children or grandchildren would do it for me. So I had to sing the songs for the website. So you can go on there and listen to me sing. And Darren the Dragonfly is close like a son to me. He's in there as well. He flies around, gives them rides in his little saddle, and he calls in Hummy the hummingbird, who of course has the helmet and the saddle. And he takes baby C had fallen down, bumped his head on a rock, and everybody's looking for him because the teenagers, Miss M and Jack, they were supposed to watch the baby while mommy goes packing
Mhm.
for the move, and they went, yeah, yeah, sure, typical teenies. And so they go off to play with their friends, and baby C's scooting along the trail, and he falls down and he bumps his head on a rock that's by the pond. Well, there goes Tilly Turtle and Franny Frog over and Franny Frog starts to croak, help, help. And everyone in the village is looking for baby C once they realize he wasn't with the kids. And then Darren the Dragonfly flies around, and there's a song about Darren, who's always caring about the many possibilities. He flies around, goes to get Hummy because Hummy's faster. Hummingbirds have to eat 4 times their weight daily. So he flew over, they picked him up, put him in the box of the saddle, and they took him to Grammy, and she has herbs and she takes care of all the boo-boos. So she was tending to our little baby C, and Grandpa saw the bump on his head, and he went to his tool shed and made a red helmet. So baby C has to wear a red helmet so he won't fall down and get hurt anymore.
Very, very
Little
cool.
things like that are,
Yeah, very inventive, great details that children love. What's the
yes,
message you hope kids walk away with after they turn the last page of the book?
that they understand love, kindness, honor, respect, that they realize that there's just more than what they see in the world. There's the underground, upside, everywhere is everyone and everything is connected. So that they realize that they're not alone. There's more than just their little world, and that they can start participating in things that are cooperative and help other people and assist. That's what I hope they take away.
Well, that's a great takeaway for sure. The name of the book we've been exploring today is called Mermville. It is a magical, heartwarming tale of love, family, and the joy of building a world together. It's a story that reminds us that the greatest adventures start with imagination and togetherness. Jeanne, thank you so much for joining me here today.
You're welcome. I appreciate it, Logan. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Appreciate your time, your insight, your great creativity. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.